YouTube? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Donna Blunt, and today we're going to be doing our makeup. I'm going to teach you how to do a everyday beat, not too much. You know, some you can wear to the club, some you can wear for brunch, some you can wear to, you know, just a night out going to the movies, you know. But I'm going to do this step by step. I'm going to be very detailed. I'm going to show you what I do, how I do it. I'm going to link all the products that I use in the description box below so that you guys can go find whatever I used and use it on yourself and practice and whatever the case may be, okay? Now, my products are a mixture of high-end and like low-end products. So just be mindful of that, but do whatever works for you. If you like a product and you feel like it works for you and that's your cup of tea, then let that be your cup of tea. So first things first, we're going to prep the skin. Skin prep is so important because it sets the base for a flawless makeup application. Just how with wigs or sew-ins, how you need that flat foundation to get a perfect hairdo, you need perfectly prepped skin to get a flawless look. And use whatever products work best for you. I have oily skin, so I try not to overdo it with the skin prep, but I definitely put enough that it'll make my makeup make a difference. Since I have a couple of dark spots that I don't like, I like to go in and color correct first before I put down my foundation. This is totally optional, but if you're like me and you have like some dark spots or some problem areas that's a little darker than the rest of your face, go ahead and use a concealer that's the same color as you and color correct. Always make sure when you're blending anything when it comes to your makeup that you're using patting motions and not swiping or gliding, because that'll leave streaks and we don't want that. Now it's time for foundation. You want to always make sure it's the same color as you. So just make sure that you're color swatching and you're putting on the right color for your foundation. It's really no right or wrong way in doing makeup. It's really about your preference. So you can watch other people's videos and they put a lot of foundation. Some people put a little foundation. Me, I feel like I'm in the middle. I don't like a lot because I don't like real cakey looks. But I definitely put enough to the point where my face looks all one color. When you're blending, make sure you get that cheek, you get underneath your cheek. You can really take it down to your neck. I don't do that, but you could. Make sure you're getting your forehead, your edges. Make sure your skin is all one color. You don't want to look to the left or look to the right and you can see where your foundation ends and begins. We don't do that. So now it's time to highlight the face. This is my favorite part. I like to take a real brightening concealer, like maybe a concealer that's probably even 4 or 5 shades lighter than my natural skin color. And I like to put it right in the front of under my eye. And then I like to take a concealer that's the same color as me and I like to finish it out. This is very optional, but if you want that type of bright eye Barbie doll type of look, this is what you need to be doing. Also pay attention to how I'm layering it and what shape I'm putting the concealer in. And then I'm going to hit my T-zone, which is under my chin, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. You can put like under your nose or like on the corners of your mouth like I did. That's very optional, but just make sure you hit that T-zone, that under your eye, your forehead, your chin, and your bridge of your nose. I definitely would recommend those triangle powder puffs like the one that I'm using, just because they can get in those spots like under your eye right there. Like it gets the job done. You could use a brush or you can use a beauty blender, but I would recommend using a powder puff. Try the powder puff out and leave me a comment and let me know how it worked for you. So when blending, you're just going to make sure you're patting in the same place. That's it, that's all. You can pat until you don't see anymore, but that means like you overly blended it into your skin. So I would doubt you have a very highlighted effect. But if you want that real highlighted effect, I would say just blend until like you can't see where it ends and begins, but you can still see that it's product on your face. You get what I'm saying? On another note, like, what's up? What's tea, y'all? Like, it's officially fall. I'm so excited. I have so much content I want to put out. I have so many places I want to go. I have so many places I want to vlog. Like, I'm really trying to get on my YouTube bag. So please make sure y'all leave me comments of what type of videos y'all want to see from me. Like, what stuff should I be doing? Stuff y'all want to see me do. Like, let me know. Like we is besties now. Like, I'm sitting here teaching y'all how to do y'all makeup. Like, come on now. Now that we're all highlighted, it's time to bring some warmth and dimension back to your face. So we're going to contour, and contouring is just, like I said, bringing warmth and dimension back to your face. We done highlighted, we done put on our foundation. Now it's time to bring some darker color to really shape out your features. Now, I would recommend you starting off with only a little amount of contour, especially being if you're a beginner. So, less is more. And you see how I'm just blending it up. I'm literally blending it up, and I'm keeping it from one point to another point. You see how I'm not dragging it all the way down to my lips or all the way by my nose. I'm literally just keeping, I don't even know how much space that is apart, but as you can see, I'm not bringing it down. So don't bring it over down to your face because it's going to make your face look long. We're not trying to make our face look long, okay? We're trying to be cute. We're trying to be cute and shaped and bronzed, okay? And just like with the concealer, make sure that you're blended enough to where the point you can't see where it starts or begins, but don't over blend it to the point where now you don't see it at all. Now it's time to set the face. You're going to make sure you use a translucent powder. You can use a light powder or a yellow powder, or even a powder that's the same color as your skin, and you're going to put that everywhere on your face. You're going to start off putting it where you put your concealer at first to minimize creasing, and then after you do that, you're just going to set the whole face. Doing this keeps your makeup in place, it keeps it from creasing, and it just softens the whole face. Like, you can see as I'm starting to put the powder everywhere, like my face is starting to look very mattifying. It looks airbrushed and it looks very cute, and I love this because I told you I got oily skin, and I start looking like a greasy chicken by 10 minutes after I do my makeup. But doing this, it's going to keep that makeup matte. It's going to keep it looking so good. Yeah, I am not an eyeshadow type of person, but I do love a little pop of brown. Like, I don't care what the event is, what I'm wearing, like, what's the situation. I'm always going to put a pop of brown color on my eyelid. For one, it's easy. And for two, it just makes the look grown, like sultry kind of in a way, This is very beginner friendly because all you're doing is taking your favorite brown shadow and you're just popping it on your lid. You're literally going to pack it in there. Like, you see that I'm packing on it first. I'm not even, blending it in. I'm just packing it so that it can be very pigmented. And then I'm going to take a fluffier brush and then I'm just going to blend out the ends. That is so easy, y'all. Like, that's all it takes. Now, if you follow me on TikTok, then you know I call myself the Fairy Brow Mother because I be slaying the brows. I have multiple tutorials on my TikTok on how I do eyebrows, but if you guys want a very detailed brow tutorial on my YouTube, please let me know in the comments and I will do that. I feel like I really can't explain eyebrows like to the T for you guys. Like, it's really just like a thing that you have to practice. So as you can see, I just line the bottom and I line the top of my brow, and then I just fill in. You fill in the lightest at the front of your brow to prevent like black, thick, block brows, and then you really just color it to your liking. Like I said, makeup is very much a preference. So if you like real big, thick, blocked eyebrows, then do that. But if you like an ombre eyebrow like me, then just follow what I'm doing and just make sure you follow your natural brow pattern. People fail to realize that their brows don't come out how they want because, for one, you're probably over like shaping your brow. Follow your natural brow. If you have thin brows, make thin brows. If you have medium-sized brows, make medium-sized brows. If you have thick brows, do thick brows. Now it's time to bronze your face back up. The difference between contour and bronzing is that contour is more so like to sculpt and shape your features, and bronzing is just to add warmth to your face. So I'm not sculpting, I'm not, trying to shape my cheekbones or anything in this part. I'm just literally putting brown powder on my face to give my face some warmth, and that's it. Even though contour and bronzer are two different things, it still goes in the same place. So everywhere that you put contour, you will set it with a bronzer, just like everywhere you put your concealer, you set with a powder. So that's all I'm doing. I'm setting my face with a powder and, adding warmth to it. I didn't really want to go for like an overly bronzed forehead, so that's why I didn't put no contour there, but I'm definitely going to put a little bronzer right there to just add some color, but not too much, nothing too crazy. I didn't really contour my nose like I usually do, so I just put some bronzer and just made 2 straight lines. If y'all want an in-depth tutorial for that, let me know. So now it's time to snatch, and I got this from Lachey Glams. I love watching her videos, And she says to snatch to really get that like Betty look. And all I'm doing is using the translucent powder, and I'm just literally snatching, like making it very sharp so you can see where everything begins, where everything ends, where it's contoured, where it's, you know, it's lighted. Like I'm really highlighting my features. And I feel like this just gives it such a nice look. I didn't used to do this before, but now that I do it, I love it. And you basically are just literally snatching, like wherever you put your contour lines. Y'all see that flat steady flat pass? It's pissing me off, honestly. Yeah, snatching is just like another form of baking, because you see I'm letting it sit on my face and I'm letting it, you know, marinate. Now we're going to get into the lip combo. Like I said, makeup is a preference, so you choose whatever color fits you. I love like a chocolate brown type of lip liner. I don't like anything lighter or anything darker. This is literally like the perfect shade for me. And I just outline my lips. You could choose to overline your lips or, you know, overdraw them. It depends on my mood or like what type of look I'm going for. If I feel like I'm on some Barbie doll stuff, I will overlap my lips. But I feel like when I'm on some chill, like everyday type of look, I just line my lips regular. Like, if you want your lip combo to eat down, make sure whatever you're putting in the middle, you leave it specifically in the middle. That's the way to get a real cute ombre type of lip, y'all. I'm just now noticing that, because usually I try like to blend it, and when I blend it, it's like the liner mess up. You can't see anything. Like, I don't like that. Start in the middle and put as much product as possible, and make sure you blot your lips. Don't rub it in. Do exactly what I'm doing and just blot your lips until it gets even. But yeah, that's the perfect way to do it. And then you're gonna always make sure you top it with a clear gloss. Like, y'all see how my lip gloss is in the middle of my lips, and then my lips are outlined perfectly. Like, that is the most perfect example of how you're supposed to do your lip combo. Now you're going to dust off all the excess powder, and just go in with that same brush that you use for your foundation and just dust off that powder, and make sure you blend any spots. You see how you can see that sharp line? We want that, but we don't want that. So make sure that you blend it enough to where you can't see that harsh line, but you can still see that you got contour right there. Okay? Now that you are done and all dusty, you're going to set that face. Doesn't matter what setting sprays that you use, it's all about preference. But yeah, like I said, I will link everything I use in the description box. And look, y'all, look at me. I'm so freaking tea. Like, you can't tell me this is not the perfect, cute fall type of look. Like, it's not too much, but it's like you still see that I'm a baddie with makeup on. Like, but if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you can see more.